What is up, YouTube? This is Dave. We've got a lot of questions that came through based off of the SoundCloud episode I did a couple of weeks ago, and I just wanted to address a couple of them right here. And the first one came from BryMusic1542. He asks, why aren't you calling out the publisher's egregious policies? They're the ones in the wrong. They're banning SoundCloud hosted music because SoundCloud might change their policy in the future. With this logic, you can't do anything anywhere. And when did SoundCloud cheat on you? Really dubious logic. Well, BryMusic, thank you so much for sending that along. To answer the first or the last question first, when did SoundCloud cheat on you? I was using that analogy to really talk about a breach of trust, because that policy, that AI policy, lived in their terms of service for well over a year. And someone somewhere along the line thought that that was okay to put up there. And it would still be up there today if it hadn't showed up on a TechCrunch or Variety or wherever it ended up showing up. It would still be there, and they could. And that's what I mean when I say cheated on me, right? There's the erosion of trust, that I can trust them to do right by me, to take care of me, and they have my interest at heart. Now, SoundCloud has since fallen over themselves to reinforce the idea that they are not selling our data, they are not using it to train AI and all of that. But the fact that it was there and was there for over a year, it's about the erosion of trust. So yes, using a somewhat charged metaphor, but I think it's appropriate. To answer your first question, why aren't I calling out the publisher's egregious policy? I don't think it's egregious. I think it's probably a little bit of an overcorrection, like I mentioned. And I know personally some of the publishers who are feeling this way, and I trust them. They're good people. They're also, they got a business to run. And this is the Wild West days of AI. There's so many copyright questions. There are so many, questions about royalties and PROs. And did the AI companies ethically and legally source their training data? That's a huge question mark. And we're talking about business people looking to run a business. These are, most of them, small businesses, small companies. Is it overcorrection? I believe so. Do I understand where they're coming from? I 100% understand where they're coming from, because there is no way to guarantee that, if not now, possibly in the future, that if your music is used to train AI, that there's no way to guarantee that won't be regurgitated back in an AI-generated track. We've already seen that. I mean, last year, Jesse Josephson did a ton of videos about it and actually showed up in one of the big lawsuits, and as proof of this happening. Okay, so I think they're erring on the side of caution because, like I said, it's the Wild West. And I think the only people really who are going to come out of this making money are the investment companies. It's the people making these tools so that they can sell them, so the venture capital can get a return on their investment, cash out, and move on. Now, somewhat related to this, Miss Mystery Invril, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, says, I'm a bit confused. So publishers are now just going to assume that anything on SoundCloud was now made with AI? I don't think that they are assuming it's made with AI. Like I mentioned, I think they can't guarantee that the music wasn't used to train AI, and therefore those tracks from AI could, in theory, regurgitate something that is technically copyrighted in their catalog. Again, it's just an overabundance of caution, probably a little bit of an overcorrection, but I understand where they're coming from. So it's a hot topic. It's not going to get solved right away, and until government oversight happens, until we get some laws that are passed that are protecting artists and protecting writers and composers, it's going to continue to be a very, very toxic kind of situation. The long and short of it is, no library, no publisher, no decision maker that I have talked to thinks that AI is a good idea, that AI music is a good idea, and they are not touching it with a 1,000-foot pole. It is so radioactive right now that if you are looking to get music on television, and if you're using AI assets, or if you're putting your music up on services which are friendly to AI crawlers, then you might have some rough rapids ahead. Thanks for the questions. Really do appreciate it. And thanks for watching.